Film premiering at TIFF, wonderful festival. How's the experience been so far, and what does it mean to premiere the film here?
50th.
Yeah,
50th, yeah.
It's been great. It's been amazing. I was I came out a day or two early so I could actually get into it and watch some films, and I was like, this festival is a vibe.
Yeah.
And I think any festival that is as public facing as TIFF is always great, because I think you can get slightly into the kind of film echo chamber of it's all of us talking about each other's work and we can be kind of mean and bitchy. But but actually when it's like the second you open it up to an audience and you go, what are they feeling? What are they telling me about it? Do you know what I mean? Like, who's here? How are they kind of talking to each other afterwards?
How did they come to the movie? Like, a lot of people.
Why'd you pick it?
This is your first film?
Yep.
Shut up. No, it's so excellent. It's obviously an adaptation that I read you're quite familiar with. So I'm just curious, going into it, what were some of the elements that you kind of needed to change to make the work for the screen, and what was important to really, really keep in there?
Yeah, I think I definitely, the sense of characters is so strong in the novel, and Walter has such a gift in the novel for the kind of dialogue of the everyday, and he's so funny. He's so wickedly funny, and I was like, I really want to keep that. I really want to feel the sense that, particularly when you see Charles with the other members of his community, that you're sort of like, I know these people, they're like my mum, they're like my aunt, they're like my cousin. I was like, but I think that I knew that I wanted to take it to somewhere that felt darker and more baroque, because the contrast in the film is that, in the novel, is that there's these incredibly disturbing images within it that kind of told to Charles by Aniston, and I was like, I think in some ways it's sort of bridging between those two things. It's like, how do you take this kind of ordinary man and show him some extraordinary ideas about cruelty and human history, and actually how civilization is constructed, and what happens if you contrast those two. And actually we were talking earlier about the fact that it almost requires two totally different gears of acting as well. It's how he sort of behaves with his neighbours and how he sort of confronts this white man in his basement. But I think any filmmaker makes a film through their own lens. Do you know what I mean? So in a way the film is less a adaptation of Walter's book and more like me looking at Walter's book. Do you know what I mean? It's sort of like I'm the camera in that way, but yeah.
Yeah. For the cast, what stuck out to you most about the script, and what has kind of just, stuck with you since working on the project?
What stuck out to me most was the character of Charles, and that he's this ordinary man, that I know people like him in my own life. I've been there too. And he is catapulted into this obviously extraordinary situation. So just the dynamic of someone that was really relatable, albeit very tortured, but we can all in some way relate to, I think, his pain. And yeah, watching that play out with this absolutely absurd situation that he's in was really dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think just being able to breathe life into these black bodies on screen in a way that I don't think a lot of films give space to, just to be able to sit with these themes and these people in this really uncomfortable conversations with a man who is, you say, sort of ordinary but thrown into these sort of extraordinary circumstances, dealing with a different kind of trauma than we normally see black people dealing with. But these are people who we know. These are people who walk down the street every single day, who have a life, who have a man in their basement. Maybe not Willem Dafoe playing Aniston, but there's.
You don't know Willem lives in my basement.
Yeah, yeah, that's why he's not here right now.
I have a basement, and Willem currently lives in it.
But it's just thrilling to be able to. I think that's what lifted off the page for me was how do you, a person might seem rudderless, but what is going on just under the surface of the water? And I think that was a huge image for me with Charles, is just kind of it's not sort of, those splashy sort of moments. It's like, how do you sit with that stillness?
Yeah. I would say, woke up this morning, I was like, I feel haunted. I'm just it's been sticking with me in this way I can't quite describe yet. I'm sure everyone has been asking about the Odyssey, but I have to ask
Actually, you're
because.
the first person.
Yeah.
Am I really?
You are.
Okay, cool. Because I even know you said something about Space Odyssey, and I was like, anyway.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
Every piece of imagery I've seen from it has been blowing my mind. I know it wrapped filming, I think, last month. How do you describe your experience?
Interestingly enough, Mr. Nolan is very, Chris is very like, I would say, indie filmmaking on a very different budget, but there were a lot of similarities actually. He keeps his just the efficiency in which he works. He's just a master of detail, and I cannot wait for people to see this movie. Like it really is. It's going to be sort of epic in a different sort of way, and so it was just you learn so much from him. I'm trying not to say all the things that I'm not supposed to say.
No, keep going. We haven't. Thank you so much. My time's up already, but I appreciate talking to you, and congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.